Welcome back to Cooking with Gwenda. Today's episode 3 and we'll be making blueberry cream cheese danishes. My name is Lorelei and this is my mom.
Hi, my name is Gwenda. I've been an innkeeper for 25 years and we thought it would be a great idea to share some of our recipes that we make frequently. They are crowd pleasers. Also, it's a chance for me to show Lorelei some things that I do in the kitchen and some things about innkeeping. We invite you to follow along and see what we're doing.
All right, let's get at it.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we've already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. Go ahead and do that if you're making this at home.
Well, we should do ingredients first.
Oh yeah, we'll do the ingredients, yep. So one that we're starting with, we're going to spray the baking pan. And you're going to use a cake size pan for this recipe.
What's the dimensions?
13 by 9, so standard cake size pan. And we're using extra virgin olive oil.
You can use whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever your preference is for baking spray, but I do coat it well with some kind of spray, or you can use butter, however you want to do it. So we have 2 packages of crescent rolls. I often use Pillsbury. Today I am using the store brand and that works just as well. Mm-hmm. I have frozen blueberries. These come from Beth's Farm Market up Route 1 in Maine. And what I do is I get about 30 pounds of blueberries, stick them in the freezer, and then I have them all throughout the winter for baking. And it's really nice because these blueberries, the small Maine blueberries, if you're not familiar with them, they are sweeter than the farm-raised or the domesticated blueberry bushes that are more high bush. These are the low bush. And they are just packed full of vitamins and antioxidants. We also have sugar.
How much sugar?
It's a cup of sugar.
Okay, you'll need a cup of sugar.
And 2 bars of cream cheese. This provides the yumminess inside these danishes. And we're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. We'll also need an egg, and you're going to separate it. All right, so go ahead and spray your baking pan.
Oh. I think that's sprayed enough.
Yep, that's good. Looks good as long as it's just equally done. And then we're going to open up one of these babies.
Just one?
Yep.
We're not using the other one yet?
The first one we're going to take out and we're going to just put it all over the bottom. So we're going to pack it into the bottom of the pan.
It's scary.
Comes as a surprise. All right. So when you take that out, you can tear it in half.
Like just
it's already perforated.
Oh,
so yep.
Okay.
So go ahead and use one first. Keep this one on the side here.
So I open it up?
Yep, and then just pat it down on the bottom so it's all covered. Make sure your hands are washed good before you do all this. See how I'm just kind of packing it in there, make sure it's all covered.
So Mom just took the cream cheese bars out of their packets and put them in this bowl. And then what do I do?
You're going to add the sugar to it.
I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar to the bowl of cream cheese.
Spoon of vanilla, and I don't usually measure vanilla. Vanilla is one of those things, if you put a little extra in it, it's going to taste even better. So I just give it a good chug there. Because cream cheese mixes better when it's a little bit softer, we're going to just stick it in the microwave really quick for about a minute.
Yeah, make sure you're using like a glass bowl and not a metal mixing bowl. That could be bad. Intersections got and they're calling it down.
All right, so this has been in the microwave for about a minute. It's a lot softer. Go ahead and mix it all up, Lorelei. You might have to put it on the counter and just really mash it. We're gonna put the egg whites. Whoops, it did not cooperate with me, so I am scooping it out with the eggs. This part will go in the cream cheese and sugar ingredients, and this part we're going to just take a fork and whisk it up a little bit and then add it to the top of the blueberry danish before it goes in the oven.
It's so hard. Just gotta like knead it in. That's better.
All right, I'm gonna get this ready while you do that.
Do you think it's mixing up or is like some...
Yeah, so you want to mix it so you get most of the cream cheese chunks out of it. And you can use a mixer, that would be easier for you. I just usually do it by hand for that.
This looks mixed.
Alright, so when you have it all mixed up, you're going to want to put it in there. Let me grab a spatula for you. You did good, girl. Alright,
Gentle parenting me.
go ahead. Go ahead and spoon that in there with your spatula. Alright, and then you're going to want to take that spatula and spread it all over. There you go, that's nice. You can see there's still a little bit of cream cheese lumping in there, but that's okay because it's going to melt when it bakes.
Adds to the flavor.
It will be fine. Right, next we're going to sprinkle the blueberries, and you just want to make sure, I use about a cup, but you can put more on, it's up to you. And the other thing I want to add is that while it's really good with blueberries, you can use any berries. I've used strawberries, I've used raspberries. This recipe was from a dear friend named Katie, and she did not use blueberries in her original recipe.
So you modified it?
So I've modified it a little bit, added blueberries, but
What'd you use?
she just used it plain. You can do just plain cream cheese
Oh.
Danishes. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna cover it so it's basically like that.
Wait, so what are we doing?
We're just adding that final,
We open the other can.
the second can of crescent rolls. And it's a little bit trickier because you're not able to stretch it as easily. Like the bottom one, you just pack it in there. This one, you kind of have to pull it and stretch it and ugh. Anyway, go ahead and you might have to stretch it a little bit before you lay it in the pan. While you do that, there's one final ingredient. So let me get that out. Final steps before this goes in the oven is that egg that we used. We're going to use the egg white part of it for the top. And I just put it on there, and if you have one of these little pastry brushes, it works really nicely because you can just smooth it out over the top, and that'll give it a nice golden finish. So in addition to that cup of sugar that we put into the cream cheese mixture, we're gonna use an additional little bit of sugar, maybe a tablespoon, and just sprinkle it across the top. And this will also add to that finished golden top when it comes out of the oven.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead and put it in the oven, Lorelei. And we are going to put it in for probably about 35 minutes. And at about 15 minutes, you're going to want to just check it, see how it's baking, and then just add a little time on. Everybody's oven is a little bit different, so and depending
But
on.
you're baking at 350.
But we're baking at 350. All right, it has been 35 minutes, and we're going to take it out of the oven. See how it turned a nice golden color? So the other thing that you should know about this recipe is that it needs to be completely cooled before you cut it out. Otherwise, it's going to be a gooey mess. So we're going to let it cool completely, and then tomorrow morning we're going to show you how we serve it to the guests.
I think it's recorded.
Good morning.
Is it recorded? Okay, wait.
Good morning. We are on the next day now, and I had a chance to serve some of this to the guests already, and it's always a favorite. And so now we're going to actually put it on a plate and put it on the table so you can see what our dining room is like. So I have pre-cut them into rectangular shapes. So I have recently started a collection of rose-colored depression glass, and
She's obsessed.
I'm obsessed with it. And so I try to incorporate it into my place settings as much as possible, and I just think it's a very delicate color, and it's just beautiful.
Out a little bit. There you go.
Okay. All right.
That looks better.
Here we are in the dining room. Lorelei, go ahead and put that on the table. All right, and it's all ready for guests.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for watching this episode. Come on back next week for a new video.
Bye.